So, what is this channel? I'm not entirely sure where we're going with this channel, but this is me, and I happen to be autistic, and I've just learned this and have gotten a diagnosis from my Veterans Administration psychiatrist that I am autistic. Well, that comes with a caveat that the VA can't technically give you an autistic diagnosis because they have this um this outdated idea that you have to be a child in order to get diagnosed with autism, but my psychiatrist agrees with me that I am autistic and that she has given me the green light to uh, self-diagnose as autistic because she agrees that I have all the symptoms of a person with autism. And so this is going to be a channel about The Chosen, which I happen to enjoy very much. I've seen every episode of The Chosen all the way through we're in season 4 now, right? Yeah, I believe I don't think we've gotten into season 5 yet. That's coming out pretty soon, like in March, I believe. So I've seen all of season 4. And I enjoy the show. I like it a lot. I also happen to like the Bible. I have a very unique take on the Bible, I would say. I I'm not anti anybody who believes in the Bible differently than me. I just have a unique take on it. I'm not against anybody who thinks differently than me, because that is actually my take on the Bible, is that we should respect and love everybody and not be anti anyone, no matter what they believe or who they are, what their lifestyle is, that love is all inclusive. So that's my take on the Bible, is 1 Corinthians 13:7, love is all inclusive. So it doesn't matter if you have a very conservative view of life, or a very conservative view of the Bible, and you believe in a very rigid, legalistic perspective on life, and whether it's on the Bible or just life in general, if you have a conservative view, I'm fine with that. And if you have a very liberal, super liberal view of how life should be lived, I'm fine with that too. I believe that whatever you believe is true, that's true for you until something else comes along and you learn that, well, maybe you should alter your beliefs. And then that becomes true for you. And I think that's fine. Whatever you want to believe is fine with me. But that's what I believe. I believe that we shouldn't argue. The Bible tells us, don't argue. And don't cause any offense to anyone, whether they're Jews or Gentiles or the church. Cause no offense. So I'm not here to tell you that you're right or wrong. I'm just here to talk about the good news that Jesus, Yeshua, is, I believe, real, and that he was resurrected, and that he came to reconcile heaven and earth and all things. And so that is my take on the Bible and on The Chosen. And so that's the perspective that I'm coming from it at. And I don't think that the writers of The Chosen entirely agree with my perspective, and that's okay too. And I respect that. I really like how they've written the show. I love the characters how they portray the all the people in it, all the disciples. I love how they portray Jesus. I That's pretty much how I see the Bible, the way they interpret it. But I think there's some nuanced differences in my perspective and theirs, but that's okay. So that's who I am, and I'll probably be talking a lot about the Hebrew. I really like Hebrew. I'm not much of a Greek scholar as much, even though I do use the Blue Letter Bible, and before that I was a very big fan of just the basic Strong's Concordance. I would carry the Strong's Concordance around with me wherever I went when I was homeless, walking up and down. Well, I didn't walk up and down the coast of California, but I did travel homeless across the coast of California, and during that whole time I had a Strong's Concordance on my back, and I found it very useful. That's not to say that I haven't had my differences with the Creator and the Bible. There's been many times in my life when I've been very angry at the Creator and I've given up on the Bible. But pretty much throughout my life, I have fairly consistently believed in the Bible since my teenage years. I didn't grow up in the church, but since I was around 15, I have been a believer, and I've been somewhat of a armchair scholar ever since my teenage years. I've always been fascinated with Bible study and studying deeply into Scripture, and I am now have a special interest in studying Hebrew, and you'll probably see that a lot in my videos, me talking about the Hebrew scriptures, the Bible, the Jewish Bible, what Christians would call the Old Testament, was mostly written in Hebrew originally. Some of it was Aramaic, but most of it was written in Hebrew first and foremost. And so I like to get that foundational understanding of the scriptures. And so I study that, and I'll probably be talking about the Hebrew text a lot. So that's pretty much what this channel is going to be from that sort of perspective, and I'll probably be very tangential, because even though I'm autistic, I'm also ADHD, so I'm a little chaotic and all over the place, but I'm also hyper-focused on things, and I take things very literally, and I like logic, and I like to reason things out. So that's who I am, and that's what this channel is pretty much going to be, I guess. So that's me. Shalom, shalom.